Today I want to talk about managing these Bible-related disciplines because memorizing, reading, studying, and all these things together can be some of the most difficult disciplines to fit into your life. Now let's remember that the purpose of these disciplines is experience. I want you to experience something that you've never experienced before. If it's the regular reading of the scriptures, I want you to experience the 30,000 foot perspective of seeing the whole story come together. If it's studying the scriptures, I want you to see depth and intricacy and harmony and intelligence in the way that the Lord brought these scriptures together and the message they're communicating. If it's devotional reading, to experience the presence and the intimacy and the fellowship and communication with the Lord in a whole new way. And if it's memorizing the scriptures, it's to experience being ready in season and out of season to defend your own soul and to preach the gospel. As we move forward, the goal is to spend a significant amount of time and energy on each discipline with enough to taste the fruit, enough to have a new high water mark. So if you've read the scriptures before and had an experience of closeness with the Lord, the goal is to spend effort and energy to seek Him, to draw near to Him so that He draws near to you, and your new experience is higher and greater than anything you've experienced before. I want you to think of these exercises that we're going to do as mountain climbing, right? You spend a lot of effort and energy and work to get to the top of this mountain, to see a view that will change your life, that you'll never forget, that will last with you till the day you die. I mean, after all, why do people spend so much effort and energy to get to the top of a mountain and they know they're going to have to come down anyway, but it's because they know that at the top they're going to see things that inspire awe. I mean, let's face it, it is awesome. And likewise, we spend all of this effort and energy to dig into the scriptures because we are expecting to see something that leaves us in awe, that really is truly awesome. So at this point, don't worry, don't sweat it. Everybody knows that you can't do push-ups forever. Everybody knows that you can't run forever, right? You can't stay on top of the mountain forever. But it is worth the work to get the experience. So even though you might not be able to maintain every discipline perfectly all the time, because there's just not enough hours of the day, the goal is that you understand each discipline, the value and the benefit of it, so that you can apply it, so that you can pursue it when the time is right and when it's necessary. You remember those classic verses from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, right? There's a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal. You get the idea, and the idea is that there's a time for each one of these disciplines, that you might be reading steadily along, but then there's a time to dig in and study, or you might be reading steadily along and there's a time to stop and to grab this gem and to polish it and stick it in your pocket by memorizing it. Or you're just going to get caught up as you're reading along and you're going to want to enter into prayer and fellowship and spending time with the Lord and responding to the things that you just read. I don't know if it's helpful or not, but I think of these disciplines as like tools in my toolbox. I like to know how to use these tools so that when there's a nail, I can pull out my hammer, and when there's a need for a screw, I can pull out my screwdriver. And so each of these disciplines can accomplish a different goal, and the key is to know when and how to use each one. Now, all these disciplines are going to blend together in a way that's natural for you, in a way that's unique to you and to your gifts and to your responsibilities. The goal of these exercises is just to help you build strength and confidence in each one of these disciplines. Unlike the Word of God, these disciplines you can add to them, subtract to them, and modify them as you see fit. I would encourage you to just keep the goal in mind. Why are you spending the effort on these disciplines? And that's to know the Lord and to draw close to Him, to know who you are in Him, and then to take the seeds of the gospel that have been put in you and to share them with all the souls and the people who are around you. All right, my fellow disciples, let's dig in, start doing some work, start doing these exercises, and see what kind of gains we can make.